Hello, this is Chill Computer Guy. We're here in Reason 8. Today we're going to look at the Iridium Distortion Synth. It's $9. It's got a 4-star rating right now. It's a mono poly distortion synth. It features 2 generators, oscillators, 16 waveforms each, followed by 2 key tracking EQs and some wave shaping going on. It's a pretty basic synth. It's got a, it folds down into just some basic controls, and it also has just an in and out, so not much modulation on the back. Not much routing, and then you have a clicker for make it polyphonic. Let's go over to Propellerhead Reason, and we'll take a listen to this. This is the default patch right here. That's pretty chunky. Let's take a look at some of these presets. Obviously, this is meant to be a bass synth, it sounds like. Definitely has some low end. Here's one called Kick Me. Alright, well, let's go ahead and initialize this thing and see what we got. We're going to hit the reset device, and then right here I put in a, let me see, I'm going to put in a B minor scale. We'll solo this here and see what we got. Okay, so this is the default patch right here. So obviously it looks like there's 16 waveforms. Okay, EQ gain, EQ frequency, EQ. So there's an EQ gain and EQ frequency, EQ bandwidth. So basically, you have some waveforms, and then you can tune the waveforms, and then this is the amount of wave shaping. You can do a sine wave, and then this is oscillator 2 here. We got some pretty good spread. We got a filter. We'll cut off. Filter envelope here. A couple of amp envelopes. A pitch envelope. That's interesting. Room. So this must be like some sort of a reverb or something. We got some drive. Here, let's reset this thing again. So we got a wave select, an amount of wave shaping, a post, sine wave, level, EQ frequency, EQ gain, EQ bandwidth, some envelopes, and a pitch envelope, which is pretty unique. Then we have one filter down here. Filter envelope control. T1 and T2, I assume these are this is a mixer here. We got some gain, some room. It's like a reverb, some drive. So we get poly. We got a sequencer control. And then an output. Not much on the back. So basically we have, it looks like we have 2 oscillators, and then a mixer, generator 1, generator 2. Oh, these are tuning knobs. So can you just do one oscillator? Oh, the level. Okay, so here's the level of the oscillators. So if you initialize this, Okay, you can see it. By default, both oscillators are going to be functioning. So if you turn this one all the way down, that's just the top oscillator. That sounds like a sine wave. There's 16 different waves. There's an EQ gain, an EQ frequency, an EQ bandwidth. So it sounds like you have a wave, 16 wave shapes here, and then you can shape them through an EQ, and then this is a wave shaper, sine wave post, and then a level, and then an amp envelope for each. Got a filter envelope, global EQ gain. They're really all about the EQ. See, I prefer to just design a sound and then run it through a separate EQ, but they got, your global EQ here, and then your room. So this is like a reverb, your drive, which is your distortion, your level. Then you also have a spread here, global spread, global velocity, so that's the, and then you can, you have a global tuning for each separate oscillator, and then a filter envelope. The pitch envelope is fairly unique. That's kind of a unique thing. But you know, you can start turning knobs and get all kinds of chaos going on here. So. Alright, let's check out some presets. We got a Sawmill's pretty tight. Ooh, that's actually pretty nice. That's like a nice little pad. Simply sub. And you have a couple combinator patches in here also. So you see a combinator patch. So what do I think? I don't know. I mean, it's a $9 synth. I mean, the thing is, you can get in here, you can start turning these knobs, and you can get some pretty chaotic sounds. It's basically two oscillators, which have individual levels, and then 16 waveforms, which you can then shape through an EQ, and then do some extra wave shaping here. And then you have your amp envelope for each, two separate amp envelopes, one for each oscillator. And then one of the unique things about this synth is the pitch envelope. It's kind of a unique thing. Pitch envelope start. So you can kind of, I guess you can start the envelope at different sections of the wave. And so you have two of those, and then you have your tuning, your velocity, your spread. You have a little EQ, a little distortion, and then again a global EQ, a filter, one filter, which is automatically, I guess, routed to both oscillators are routed to this filter amount, which there's only one. If you had a separate filter amount for each oscillator, that might be something kind of nice. And then a filter envelope, which you can, of course, control how much the filter envelope is affecting the filter. So again, it's a pretty simple synthesizer. Nothing on the back as far as routing, just your gate, your CV, and then your poly. You can probably click that and then only hit one note at a time. One note takes over the other, or actually one note overlaps the other. because it'd be polyphonic. So if that's unchecked, then you can only play one note at a time. That's what it is. And you got some presets in here. You have some combinator presets. You know, for $9, why not? My big issue with synthesizers like this is I would rather have less tools, because when you get in here to really start making a song, it's like you get too many tools and you quickly get overwhelmed. But for $9, I think this is a pretty good little synth. Again, you can get in here, start turning knobs, and really get some pretty crazy sounds right away. We're going to go way up on the octaves. See, that's a pretty nice sounding lead. But again, not bad. It's called the Iridium Distortion Synthesizer. Propellerhead website. Check it out. It's $9. I think for the price, it's a pretty decent little synth. So check it out. Chill Computer Guy. We'll be seeing you next week. Bye-bye.